Good day to you, it is I, Justin Hawkins, and this is Justin Hawkins Rides Again, my YouTube channel. Today I'm going to be discussing autograph hounds, those people that hang around outside gigs, outside radio stations, anywhere where they know there's going to be musicians or people of repute in the entertainment trade, and all they want is you to write on something so that they can then sell that squiggle at a later date. On eBay, presumably. Usually, I think. We call them eBayers, but apparently the phenomenon is known as graphers.
Excuse me, sir, can I have your autograph?
Yes, certainly. Who's it to?
My grandma.
Today, we'll be discussing scumbag autograph hounds. Justin Hawkins rides again. Please, no more autographs. Okay, so the only thing that we have to be careful about when we encounter these people is to try and establish who are the genuine enthusiasts and who are the ones who are just looking to make some money out of your writing. You writing your own name. I actually felt that autographs, more so than photographs, is like a little bit of your soul disappears every time you sign something. I can't stand it when you sign tons and tons of product. That situation is exacerbated when people approach you outside a gig. But, you know, again, it's the currency of success. It's if it's a real enthusiast and somebody who really cares about the work you've done and they want you to personalize an item that they've picked up and you know you can see it in their eyes that it's going to make their day. That's a lovely thing to do. I enjoy that. But what I don't like is when somebody comes up and says, "Oh, will you sign this for me, please? Will you sign this?" And then it's like it might be a scratch plate from a guitar, which you know they're going to put on some really shitty guitar and then sell it as one of my guitars, or it'll be a piece of white cardboard which you sign and then they just put it in with a t-shirt or something that says the band's name on it, and they're just making a load of money without ever caring about what you do. You know, this is supposed to be art. Let's watch this and then see what happens.
The hidden world of autograph hounds.
Problem is, it's like piranhas going after a piece of meat. They chum in the water, it's like sharks.
I've made several $1 million in this industry.
What? He's made what? Millions of dollars? He's made more than me? No.
Very profitable business that Rebel Wilson called attention to with her recent tweet. Hey, professional autograph hunters, stop stalking me because I'm not signing your pics that you sell online.
Oh my God. Do you think that they pay attention to Twitter? Do you think they're on Twitter? Yeah, probably.
Guys, don't even bother. We're here for the real fans, not for the ones who are trying to make money.
Yeah.
You can see by her face that she's sort of like, she can detect some cynical money grubbing happening.
Paul McCartney autograph can go from anywhere from like 1,000 to 1,200.
Mick Jagger's even more, up to 2,500.
Getting Mick Jagger to sign anything is next to impossible, unless you're a female and you have good looks.
Well, you know what to do then.
Those guys hustling for autographs, the graphers, have a strategy. Bring multiple pics.
If it's a dude and he has 18 8x10s, glossies, so you sign a couple, say, hey, he's a working guy, could be doing worse, but I'm not going to sign all 18.
Yeah, that's actually a good way to do it. I think, I know you might find this hard to believe, but it still happens to us sometimes. We encountered it a little bit in America. There was a person hanging around outside the tour bus, and he had 10 things to sign. I signed the first one. I said, I'm doing one. And then he said, will you sign this? I said, no, I'm doing one. I said one. And then, later on in the day, he came back with another load. And I was like, one. And then I proceeded to sign the rest of them because I'm weak and he was taller than me. I thought he might beat me up.
Then for Tyler Manning in New York, it's all where you stand.
If it's more of a barricade, then I move and try to anticipate where they're going to hit the barricade. Sarah Jessica!
That doesn't work when Sarah Jessica Parker goes into Letterman without signing.
But is it Jessica Parker or Sarah Jessica? Or is it just free? Could you just not shout Sarah? What would you... it's a bit of a mouthful, isn't it? That's the problem. I don't suppose she's inclined to abbreviate her name just to make autograph hounds' jobs easier.
Which brings us to another strategy: be patient.
We're just gonna stand here and wait.
Later, Parker comes out and signs after all.
I kind of just ducked my hand underneath somebody else's hand and
So he sneaked it in when there was a kid who really is a genuine enthusiast of sex or the city, and now that child goes home with a open wound to the heart, and he makes $70 on eBay.
somebody else's hand and
50 actually.
Another must: be prepared. Giovanni Arnold in New York has a bag full of swag at all times.
Wait a minute, if there's millions to be made, why aren't people selling their own autographs on eBay? Oh wait. Nothing. Link to my eBay in the description. Now we're going to watch some musicians reacting to autograph hounds.
I'm going to say it one more time.
I know, but one thing.
I'm going to say it one more time.
May I have a selfie?
I stopped signing shit unless it's for charity.
That's actually a good way of doing it. Just for charity. That's cool.
Okay?
Can we donate something? Can we donate? You said that in New York and then signed in DC the next day.
That's it.
And he's pretty clear about it as well. I mean, he's established boundaries. This is an encounter that needn't escalate. He's been very clear about it.
Can you write my name on it, please?
You can write my son's name on it.
They always do that. They always try and get it to be personalised. But it's obvious. They'll use some sort of solution to wipe the ink away with the son's name that doesn't exist. It's not a real. There's no son. There is no son. There is no son. There is no son.
Don't shout at me like you know it's so aggressive. But either ask nicely or sorry. Be polite. Like treat humans with decency. You know what I mean? These are all going on eBay. I always sign at least one each.
I love Chris Martin when he does stuff like that. It's awesome because everyone's got a breaking point, haven't they? And even like a man with such serenity will be tested. It's just rudeness as well. That's the thing. He doesn't like rudeness. Fair enough. Who does? But maybe the rudeness comes from the desperation. These guys are dedicated, and as we saw in the other sort of little bit of footage there, they might spend days. I mean, they're not going to do that for a darkness kick. I can't pretend to, be privy to that in real terms. But I mean, there are people that hang around for days outside, for example. Trying to think of someone really, really famous. Well, let's, who's famous? They might queue up for days outside Arnold Schwarzenegger's gymnasium, and then when he comes out, they might just be like, actually, but then they'd probably, because he'll be all pumped up straight out of the gym, they're still going to be polite, aren't they? I think it's because people like Chris Martin and myself are slight of build, and they think that they can intimidate you by saying words loudly, and then you end up signing stuff, and then before you know it, you've signed 10 or 15 different things, and you just feel a bit used, I suppose, and you know that they're not enthusiasts, they're just lying to you. So it's the lying, it's the rudeness, it's the intimidation. Maybe it's just because we are musicians, and I think we probably partly embrace a musical lifestyle because it means that we don't have to interact with human beings in that much of a sort of intimate way, really. We can just exist in our little bubble, and we don't have to trouble ourselves with the grimy reality of city streets. Maybe we're spoiled. I don't know. But anyway, it's just another one of those things. I think there's always a slight resentment when you're a musician that there's always like a sub-industry at every point of the sphere where people seem to be making more money than you, even though you're the one that writes the songs and sings them or whatever. And then there's sort of like, I don't know, it's hard to justify, but it's never nice when someone who doesn't actually like your music is asking you to squiggle so that they can earn off what you're doing. It's not fair, is it? I think that's why Dave Grohl likes to insist on a charity-only rule, which I think is a really that's a really good way to approach it, I think. And that's why Chris Martin lost his temper. And everybody makes mistakes, and it's just the way it is.
Make lots of money, and my kids get $25. That's really cheap souls. See, it's all business with these guys.
He's selling them.
All right, how about 200 for 5?
200 for 3 of them.
5.
Yeah, I don't know. It's a question of respect, and sometimes it just goes out the window in both directions, actually. But that's the reality of it. It's a hustle, and it gets ugly sometimes. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this. Justin Hawkins writes again. I'm always pleased to see an enthusiast. I'll sign anything, whether it be a body part or a slice of paper, or even a guitar in certain instances. But you have to be somebody who is enthusiastic about the work that I do, and that's just my rule. Dave Grohl insists on it being for charity only. Brilliant rule. Everyone's got their own way of dealing with it, but nobody actually likes it when somebody who doesn't appreciate what you do tries to earn off it. Don't forget to like, subscribe, hit the bell for notifications, watch one of these 2 videos, and yeah, the link's in the description. Nice one. Cheers.